Okay. Now, slowly come back to your senses. Slowly shake your hands and legs. And I'll count from 5 to 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your hand to your eyes. Cover those eyes. And then slowly open your eyes. Are you all back? Yeah, just give me a minute. I'll just see. Okay, let's go back to the presentation now. I'm just going to share my screen. Okay, can you see my screen? Okay, so today we will be talking something about mental health. Okay, today we will be talking something about mental health. Welcome to day 8 of Holistic Buddha. And why we are taking this topic called mental health is the drain when it comes to the mentally, how you view your life, how you approach your life is very, very important. Many people basically go through a lot of diets, lot of lifestyle changes, but then if they don't make any changes at a mental level, at an overall approach to life level, at an overall attitude level, Geeta, can you please go on mute? Just give me a minute, let me use mute on. Sorry. Just this. Okay, I think I'm muted on. Fine. So, yeah, coming to mental health, it is very important to understand that mentally, if a person is very charged up, very happy, right? Irrespective of whatever they eat, the kind of drain they have is pretty much manageable. It doesn't mean that you will not really be affected with respect to dairy or let's say animal foods and things like that. But to the kind of to the extent that the drain happens at a mental level, which is 3 times of that which happens at the physical level. Hence, it's very important to pay attention to what is your overall approach to life. Are you do you see joy in your life every single day? Do you see gratitude in your life every single day? So we will take all of these points and then address them today. So what are the typical energy vampires we have on a daily basis? What is a vampire? We all have seen movies. A vampire is somebody who basically comes and sucks the blood out of human beings, isn't it? Human beings or any other So they don't really have a soul. So that is called a vampire in the movies. It's a mythical character. But energy vampires is a concept where you have energy, you have vital energy running in your body. So what are the things that basically saps this energy out? Imagine that you are a glass, you have leaking happening every single day. Through all of these things, that all these vampires basically leaks the energy from yourself. So what is our job? We have to keep pouring energy back in various ways. Pouring in the sense, it new energy has to be poured. But what about the existing energy? We'll have to either fix the leaks, or we'll have to save whatever is already inside by ensuring that it doesn't leak. Either way, it's called fixing the leak only. So first one is lack of enough pure hydrations. So we are 70% liquid. So when we are not hydrated, so when we don't have the habit of ensuring that our body is full of liquids, whether it is juices, tender coconut water, lemon water, whatever it is, as long as we have to pay attention to ensuring that we are full, because we don't really have the habit of actually drinking liquids on a daily basis. When people initially come to me, and then I start them to drink, I make them drink liquids, they actually cannot drink liquids because their body is so dehydrated and parched that it actually hurts when they drink so much. So slowly they get better and better and better in terms of drinking. So the body's muscles and everything works very efficiently when you are well hydrated. And every single organ of our body is made up of muscles only. So muscles work best only when they are hydrated, not when they are on protein, but when they are well hydrated. And the cells work the best when they are fed with natural sugars, which are coming from fructose, such as which are in fruits. So the body, this human body, makes its major energy by burning sugar, not by burning fat or by burning protein or something. By burning sugar, we are a sugar burning machine. So we cannot go on fat or keto diets and things like that, which is like trying to outsmart the body. Over time, that will not work. We'll have to align with the body, because there is nothing which can outsmart nature. Nature has created this body, and nature cannot be outsmarted. So hydrations are extremely important. You'll have to pay attention to hydration. So that is the first one. Second one is check your food habits. Are you on heavy cooked plant-based food for a whole day? See, it's like the whole day. This energy vampires in a day. In a day, how are my energies balanced? So first one is hydration. Am I well hydrated? Are my body parts well, oiled, they say, right? Oiled in the sense, for example, if you have a machine and all that, it needs a lot of oil, so that they don't really have a lot of friction, and then they don't burn out. So they put oil in the machines and then they make it work. But for our body, the oil is nothing but water, juices, and things like that. So those have to be very much there. Second thing is check your foods. Are you eating a lot of complex foods, heavy foods? From the plant, how far that food has come into your plate, and how complex it is, how much of mixture has gone into that food. Is it just a vegetable, or is it vegetable plus something plus something plus something? So how many pluses are there in that food? So that makes it complex equations, complex all of these complex formulas and all that we have, right? So the meaning of complex is too many things are there inside that. So animal foods are anyway complex. Apart from that, is your plant food also very complex? Sum total of foods that you're having in a daily basis, is it complex? Then sedentary lifestyle. How much are you moving your body on a daily basis? The next one, what is your overall approach and attitude towards life? Are you a person who's overall always reflecting on lower frequency thoughts? Lower frequency thoughts are judgment. Judgment about self. I'm always like this. I don't even care. I am like this. I am like that. I am this. I am that. So all of these judgmental thoughts about oneself, no compassion to oneself, no kindness to oneself, always trying to hurt oneself. It's like if you think that you are a different human body, then constantly just pointing finger at oneself and just saying this. So that is called judgmental behavior. So about oneself or others. He's always like that. She's always like that. They are fat. They are always eating like this. They are always doing this. They are always trying to hurt me. They are very mean. They are this. They are that. All those are judgmental thoughts. You have no right to judge anybody, because the more you judge others, the more your energy will be drained. That is the way law works. Universal law works that you should mind your own business. If you don't mind your own business, but you try to go into somebody else's business, you will be penalized. So that is what is called energy vampire. Next one is expectation from self and others. How much of expectation you have from others? Take, for example, one simple, if you're a housewife, nobody helps me. Everything I only have to do. I don't have time for myself. I can't even sit in front of the TV and watch one movie also. Constantly people are asking for coffee, tea, food, this, that. Whole day I'm like this. No. So this expectations from people. Why there is no joy in your life? If you have been in that situation, why shouldn't you do whatever work you have with joy? Because ultimately we are growing only with joy and service. So if there is no joy and service in the service that you're doing, then you are basically not growing at all. The way we have to grow life, live life is whole day, 24 hours or well, let's say 20 hours you're working on a daily basis. Whole 20 hours you should only be trying to get yourself into joy, gratitude and things like that. Otherwise you're just wasting your time on earth. So constantly expecting anything from your parents, from your spouse, from your children is always going to drain your energy. Then complaining, always complaining. This did not happen in my life. That did not happen in life. I'm always like this. I'm sick. My leg is paining. My hand is paining. My that is paining. My this is paining. Why even focus on all of these things? Why even think of complaining? Why shouldn't we count our blessings? So complaining basically is an energy vampire. Blaming anything, anybody or yourself is an energy vampire. Then anger, super energy vampire. Because again, anger is a result of expectation which did not get fulfilled. And there is the rational mind has also gone for a toss, and that's why it eventually went into anger, where there is no control of oneself. Then regret about the past. There is no past. Past is gone. Future has not happened at all. It is only the present. So when we are only in the present, and present is the only divine moment that is there, and past is not there. What is called past is only in your memory. Let's say something happened yesterday. It doesn't exist anymore, but you have a memory of that in your head. But if you replay that memory again and again, your body and mind will think that it is actually happening again and again, and the same kind of stressful responses and hormones and stress hormones and all that gets released again and again. It's not happening in front of you, but the same thing is getting repeated inside your body, because your body doesn't know whether it's happening inside or it's outside, or it has not happened. It's just your thinking. So regrets about the past is one of the worst crimes that you can do to your body. It's like you should never regret in your life, because you are what you are today is because of the past experiences. You have gained wisdom from the past, and that is why you are in this situation today. From everything, you have to just say that I am learning. Then anxiety is about the future. That is also worst. You'll have to believe that the future is always good. Every single outcome in my life is always good. So anxiety is about the future. Again, fear about the future. What will happen to me? What if I die? We are always having this fear of death, because when we were animals, we were always thinking of who's going to attack me, who's going to attack me. Over time, we became human beings. There also, low life situations. Maybe somebody was always trying to kill us, or we had really poor situations and all that. So either way, we are always either trying to fear death, or we are trying to fear suffering. We are trying to fear getting out of our comfort zones. Let's say we are in the first world in the sense full of comforts. But we fear some fundamentals like, oh my God, I just have to face some situation. What if this happens? What if that happens? I like, let's say warm weathers, but let's say, for example, I like warmth, but then my family member always puts on fan, right? So that is also an anxiety that some people have. I don't like that situation. Many people keep coming to our house, or there is this person who's in this house who's always, let's say, snoring, who's always yelling. All of these are things that we keep complaining. And then we are always trying to think that we are going to get out of our fear of getting out of our comfort zone. So, this deeper reason, you should always self reflect. What is this energy drain that I'm having? So, you can take a screenshot of this and you can see, question yourself, am I in this zone? Am I draining myself here? Am I draining myself here? So keep questioning yourself and see, then knock down these energy vampires every single day, and then see, oh, why am I not healing? Why am I not healing? Instead of understanding, there is no why, there is no answers for why. You have to go self reflect yourself and see, am I draining here? Am I draining? Because the whole concept is only about vitality. If you have plenty of vitality, then you are healthier and healthier and healthier. But then if you can do the best of foods, but if you're draining yourself in all of these things, it will not help. So, and then next one is zero connect with nature. Whole day into some work or the other, but not even going out to see the sun, or let's say the greenery, or even walk. Forget about walk, at least going and then staring out into the sceneries. So something or the other, we just have to connect with nature in some way or the other. Next is not expelling waste from the body and mind. If you're eating a lot of complex foods, animal foods and all that, the food is not going to get out of your body very quickly. So the colon will be full of old waste. So that is also going to drain, because body is going to constantly try to push it, but it doesn't have the energy to push it. So it will constantly keep it there, but it is trying. Because not, when you feel like going to the restroom, you're anyway passing the bowel movements. But then every now and then the body is actually trying to check, is there anything extra that we need to push? Is there anything extra? So the cycle of constantly checking whether we'll have to push actually keeps happening, so that vital energy is always going to go into this pushing business. So don't keep wasting your energy there. Second thing is holding on to old memories, grudges on people. They are always like this. All these past things that you have, judgments on people, baggages that you have on people, fear, then feeling that somebody harmed me, somebody did this to me, and then constantly going that over your mind, holding on to pains and all of those things, emotional pains. All of these things are waste. It's not going to help you in the future. It's not going to help you in the present also. It is like carrying a baggage and then going around. So that is a big energy drain. Then lack of rest. When your body needs rest, mental rest, physical rest, body organ rest, like digestion rest, mental rest, all of the kind of different rests you'll have to give wherever the body needs. Then last one is zero connect with cosmic energy. Absolutely nobody has any idea. We don't even have an idea that we are a soul. And then we have to be connecting. See, many people know that we are a soul, or they don't know that we are a soul, but then they are always dedicated, very joyful in their life and all that. That is also okay, because for them life itself becomes a meditation. But then there are so many people who do prayers, maybe with pray to God and all that. That is definitely, they are in duality. So there is some amount of connect with God, maybe with a different mindset, which is still okay. But there is also a surrender approach. But you should still remember that I am a soul. What am I doing for my soul? Am I going to carry my all of these grudges back? Am I going to carry all of my wealth back? Am I going to carry also, what am I going to carry back when I drop this body? So if I'm going to go back, if my plan is to go back empty handed, then I can very well pretty much focus on all the problems that is there on earth, and then go empty handed. Then the entire life is going to become a big waste. So what am I going to? So it's only going. We are going to only carry virtues and habits. So you need to spend at least some time in your own spiritual sadhana to grow ahead in life. So that is what is called connecting with the cosmic energy. Do your meditations. If you're still not into meditation, just close your eyes and sit for 5 minutes. Relax your body. At least have a date with yourself. Then, or do some chant or whatever it is. Over time, you'll eventually be led to meditation. Either way, focus on your soul at some point in time. Read spiritual books. Read at least books which will keep you well-minded. So start from there. Start with something which will basically take you to that path. So all of these are energy vampires. So pay attention to where you're draining yourself and think about it. So fundamentals, I told you, very important. Hydration, fruits, vegetables, greens, sleep, rest, exercise, sunshine, very important. But what are the other aspects that are very important also, which will improve your energy? Now we saw about energy vampires. Now we are going to talk about energy that is something that is going to save energy or take you to higher forms of vibrations. First one is creativity. So we are all creators. We are a spark of the divine, which means we are a small part of the divine. The soul is nothing but divine himself. So the divine is a creator. If he is a creator, we are also creators. What do we create? We create suffering, we create fear, we create painful situations, we create all of those things because we don't know we are creators. Every thought that we think also creates. One thought also doesn't become a big waste. Every thought that you count, every thought that you think.
Hello, sorry, Smita ji, hello.
Yeah. Who's this? Okay. So we are creators. We are constantly thinking. So this actually creates something. So many times what happens, we may not create it in this physical reality, but it gets created in other dimensions, other, other parallel realities and all of those things, which is what we see in our dream state. Because if you're constantly thinking about the same thing in a loop, then it gets created in this life itself. For example, there are people who are constantly thinking about something is happening to me, I have this problem, I have that problem. Over a period of time, they would have thought about it at least 100, with a lot of belief and conviction, they would have thought about it. And then it actually gets created in this life itself. Right? So that is what is called creativity. You need to believe that you need to be more creative. Sorry, that is not called creativity. That is what we create without mind. But we need to be creative, which actually grows our soul. So we are expressing ourselves through creativity. The way I express myself is through a lot of cooking, creating dishes and all of those things. And I also love to express through my thoughts, by teaching, by sharing and all of those things. So whether people, like whenever I create foods for my children, I don't even ask them whether they like it, they don't like it, whether they are going to eat it, they are not going to eat it. I just, whatever comes to my head, I just keep doing. And then I'm blessed to have children who basically enjoy whatever I cook. So that way for me, creating healthier dishes is it helps me express myself because I'm always trying to create something new on a daily basis. So this spark of creation and creativity should be there on a daily basis. You should have a let out. You should have a way to spend that energy. You may be a housewife, you may be anything, you may just be in the office also. Even in the office, you should be able to create some document, create something, or just go and then create some beautiful presentations, make some beautiful fonts, whatever it is. See joy in every single thing. So this will help release all the stagnant emotions that you're carrying. Next one is purpose. See, many people ask, what is my purpose of life? What is my purpose of life? Everybody think that if we become somebody big and then helping the community, all of those things is a big purpose of life. Purpose of life will come to you or will just dawn in your thoughts only when you are in joy, only when you are constantly connected to yourself. You're not bothered about anything, no expectations. You're just living your life whether you are sweeping every day, or whether you are working on the computer every day, or whether you're just washing your vessels every day, or you're just doing any kind of work, no dignity of labor also, but with everything done with joy and with service mindedness. I am basically working for the creator. You're working for the creator only, because the creator is experiencing this creation through this body. So you should think that I am working always for joy, and I'm working always in service for the creator. So that joy has to basically come out in everything that you do. So that is purpose of life. So when you continue to live every moment, every period of your life with this joy and service mindedness, then over time, whatever is the purpose of your life will automatically come in front of you, because you will be seen as a useful individual by the universe who can be depended upon for further service to the community, service to your own family, service to your extended family. If you are not at all in peace with yourself, you are not a reliable person. You are always either blaming, complaining, expectations. So if you are not having those qualities, which which is necessary for which is necessary to actually light somebody else's life, then you will not be even get led to your purpose of life, because whole time you'll be led to only fixing yourself. So the more you become aware and then fix yourself, you will be eventually led to the purpose of your life, which is majorly something bigger, which is what your soul would have planned, provided all of these things would have, the backlog should have got fixed. But then if the backlog is not fixed, then over time this will not reveal itself, and then it will get carried forward to the next life. So then faith in a process that you are working on. Faith, let's say, for example, faith in healing. You are now, you have to put your faith in the nature cure. Nature cure is more of nature driven, and nature is more divine in nature. So you should trust the divine. So the more trust and faith you have, then that pulls us from darkness and fear. What is fear? Fear is lack of clarity. So when a child trusts the mother, there is no fear. It knows that mother is always going to feed me, mother is always going to protect me. So that is why child is always laughing, very joyful and all that, because absolutely certain unconditional faith on the mother. And then this fear will, if we are in fear, because we always fear uncertainty. So uncertainty means something is going to happen to me. So that fear should never be there. So that will basically, you will not have clarity in thinking when you are in fear, because the fear is like a dark cloud in your aura. When there is a dark cloud in the aura, it is not going to get, there is no cleanse. It's like a very thick cloud. So if even the thoughts, divine thoughts have to come into you and give you ideas, it cannot penetrate in the fear-based cloud. So you need to drop that cloud for you to get that clarity. Hence, when you are in lower forms of energies, you cannot get ideas. You are always in that, stuck in that lower forms of energies. You need to pull yourself up. Nobody is going to come and pull yourself up. So this faith is like more like a shield that is going to protect you from all the lower forms of energies. Then trust, faith and trust goes together. Trust is that always the best is happening for me. There is no reverse direction at all in life. You are always going to the same direction. You are going to the same destination, which is your soul's final destination. But you should believe that good is happening to me. You may not know, because you are not having that highest wisdom yet. The highest consciousness is not there. You are not in that highest state to look at your own life. That is why you don't know that the best is happening for me. But you should think that the best is happening for me. Let me just go ahead and then face it. It's okay. If this also happens, that is okay. That also happens, that is okay. So this is what is called surrender. Surrender means whatever happens to me is only happening for me for the best. But when do we actually, when do we go into fear? When do we go into anxiety and all of those things in any kind of task? Only when we think that I want only that outcome, or I want only this outcome. If other outcomes happen, then I don't like to face it. This and all these things, other things will happen. I don't like it. That is why I'm going to do all this strategizing and mind work and all of those things, and then try to keep going towards whatever outcome I want. It's a lot of work, and usually it ends up in a failure or sadness. So hence, it's very important. Even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has told you have only the right to perform your duties. You don't have the right to expect any fruits. Fruits will come based on what you deserve, based on the intention that you put into that work, based on the quality of mind that you put into that work, how much of surrender you put into that work. If that quality, if that investment is good, only then your output will be good. So hence, you cannot put your head in the output and then work. So you can plan for the output. You can plan for an outcome while doing project management and all that. You can plan for an outcome, but you should not have any attachment to the outcome. Whatever outcome happens, you should happily agree it, happily be okay with it, and mentally be okay with all outcomes. So that way you will be relaxed. So that is why you should say that if all outcomes are anyway best for me. So that trust should be there on life, on people, on in general life on life you should have trust. So these will actually take you from all these lower forms of root chakra issues, which is more like fear, anxieties, and all of those things. Then the next one is put anchor on the divine. For example, even surrender is more like you are putting your mind on God, on divine, and then you are not let's say putting your mind in something else, and then trying to, let's say if you think that, oh, if my husband does this, then I'll be happy. If my wife does this, then I'll be happy. If my child does this, then I'll be happy. So putting your happiness on some other mortal object or mortal human being or mortal situation, mortal experience, whatever is in the world, will always constantly go from one place to other place. It's a moving goalpost. So you cannot put your happiness, or you cannot anchor yourself, or you cannot hook yourself on something that is constantly moving. You need to hook yourself on something that is constantly in one place, which is God, which is your soul, that is why breath meditation is always doing the same thing, right? Is there any change in the breath meditation? It goes in, goes up. It comes in, it goes out. There is no change at all. Of course, there are other forms of meditation also where they focus on one single item. But over time, breath meditation is the highest form of meditation. We can do Agnya Chakra meditation, we can do this meditation, let's say Om meditation, music meditation, any form of meditation we can do, but ultimately we'll have to come back to breath meditation, because that is the highest form of meditation, which will eventually take us out of the Sahasrara Chakra. So that is why it is important for you to anchor on that divine, where there is absolutely no expectation. When you pray to God or anything, do you even expect anything? If you're expecting something from God and say, okay, I'll put this, I'll give you one coconut, you give me this, then you are basically having a business transaction with God. If you're saying thank you, that's a great thing. But if you're saying do this, do that, I will do some puja, I will do this, I will do that, because I want this from you. I want, let's say if my son passes 10th standard or something, I will do this abhishekam. All that if you're doing, you're basically just having a business transaction with God, or you're just trying to have bargain or something like that with God. So that is a worst form of connection that you can have with the divine. So the only way to connect with the divine is to always be in gratitude that everything is happening for me for my best. So that kind of belief you need to have, and always focus on, anchor your thing on the divine. Belief should always be on the divine. That is why surrender works beautifully. Surrender is one of the highest lessons that you need to learn. If you master surrender in every aspect of your life will be very, very happy. All the time you'll be happy. Even in a chaotic situation also, you'll be very happy. So master surrender. Okay. Then support. Connect with like-minded communities, like-minded people. Always. Don't work alone. When, let's say, you're learning a new skill, let's say plant-based lifestyle. See if there are other plant-based communities, and then join such other plant-based communities, and then see whether there is a lot of good communications happening there, and then connect with them, talk to them, and then, or even if you don't find let's say find some like in your own community, or let's say, if let's say 10 people have joined this group, Holistic Buddha, and if you don't have any other like-minded communities also, just you 10 people who each other, just start a community by yourself on WhatsApp, and then talk about the skills that you learned here, what did you make every day. So that way you will only actually create the more energy you start building, the more other new people will start joining your group, and then it will be a good you'll be able to bring a big positive impact to the world. Then self love, very, very, very important. Self love. So many people, we are okay with, let's say, we are not, I mean, let's say if the children are having, if the children are not good looking, or if the children are, let's say, having a problem with something, we are okay with all of them because we love them. But the thing is, even with one issue that we have, let's say our hair is falling, or there is some pigmentation on the face, or let's say we are slightly becoming fat, or we are slightly not losing weight, or we are basically have lost weight and we are not able to gain weight. Some simple things also, we don't like ourselves. We don't like to even look at ourselves in the mirror. So these are very, very simple issues that actually drain our energy, lack of self love. So you need to accept your own body and your mind and everything, because you have created this body, you only have created this mind. If you don't love it, how will you be able to connect with your body? If you are not, how do you know some human being? How do you become a friend of some human being? Only when you constantly know them well, and you start liking them, and then you start loving them. So the way to love your body is to start knowing your body, working with your body, aligning with your body, become friendly to your body, be very best friend, so that you don't even mess with your best friend, you don't harm your best friend, you don't abuse your best friend. So the more you like your best friend, the more you will also start to love your best friend. So you need to be very kind to yourself, especially when you start such new when you're starting new habits and all of those things. You should think that I have developed old habits, all my old habits, for very, very long time I've practiced. That is why it's a habit. Now I know I have to change it. It has given me enough experience. Now universe is showing me new experiences, because that I have done, that experience has come. Whatever I had to learn from that is now gone. Now I have to move on to something new. When I move on to something new, it is not going to be easy. Old habits will continue to keep getting prompted from inside, because that those programs are already inside. When it comes out as a program, you may probably sometimes do, sometimes you may fall, you may not really be very successful in doing that disciplined work every single day. At that time, you need to be kind to yourself and say, it's okay, I did not do it today, I couldn't do it today, definitely I'll do it tomorrow. But then your mind should still be about doing. It should not be about not doing. Willpower will not work. Willpower is a waste. You should actually bring a lot of reason to yourself. Why should I do this? If that reason is strong enough, you will do. If the reason is not strong, you will not do. And many times people say that I will do a different topic about how to deal with things socially, where other people judge you and all of those things. That on another day I will talk about it. But self love, self acceptance, extremely important. You may be the ugly looking person for yourself, but you should still love yourself, because that was your soul plan. You may think you are ugly by comparing yourself to all the other people around you, but actually you are the one who creating that body. So you should love your body, because that body is here in that shape and form to teach you something. So please wait for the teaching to come. Okay. Then compassion, kindness for all the fellow beings. So you cannot walk on the path of spirituality by thinking that other animals or other human beings are living for my pleasure only, or to serve me, or to keep me happy. That will not work. You have to keep yourself happy. If you're depending on happiness to come from outside, then that is going to be an absolute disaster, because you'll always be sad. There will always be some missing of that expectation. So you cannot be happy at the cost of human beings or animals. So be very compassionate and kind at all times. Show kindness to every single being. Okay. Then gratitude, be grateful at all times. All times be grateful. See, the one catch about gratitude is, you may sometimes, let's say you have a fight with people, and you know that you have to become grateful to actually raise your. Can people can people go on mute, please? Just a minute. Where is that? Okay. So compassion, yeah, gratitude is one such tool where so gratitude is one such tool where it is very, very high in vibration, which is every single emotion, right? It has a certain vibration. So if you are picking uh, to to always have this emotion of fear, then you are somewhere in the lowest form of frequency, which means your cells are vibrating at that level. It is going to drain a lot of energy. So if you have to actually be if you should not be draining a lot of energy, then you should pick higher forms of energy like love, joy, satisfaction, compassion, kindness, and all of those things. So look up for something called the emotional chart or emotional spectrum, which is more like a what do you say, colorful chart. On Google you may find that. Okay, so there you'll see love is at 700 frequency, 700 hertz or 700 kilohertz or something. So there, so every single of these emotion will have a certain frequency attached to it. So if your frequency is very, very low, then you will attract all lower form of experiences and situations in your life. Even health also will be lower. So if you should get into higher forms of emotions and all of those things, then you need to be reson. If your attitude and the way of life should be at higher forms, which is gratitude, love, and all of those things. So how to bring gratitude at all forms, all the times? Let's say you're fighting with somebody, but you know that you need to come back to gratitude because you are now catching yourself going lower and lower. So the way to do it is, sometimes you cannot bring gratitude for that person with whom you're fighting, because obviously your mind is not in the right place. So you can actually be grateful by thinking about some beautiful situation or beautiful thing that happened in your life in the past, and this is going to take you to the same emotional status that that happened in the past, and eventually you'll go to gratitude level, because in that situation you went into gratitude. So now again you'll go to the same thing, because mind doesn't know whether, when you think about something, mind doesn't know whether actually it's actually happening in front of you physically, or it is just some recollection of memory that you're doing. So this is a good way to recollect something from the past and actually make it take it to your advantage, as opposed to going in loops thinking about something bad that happened in the past. So use that tool or use that skill that God has given you very, very mindfully, which is going to pick on past memories and then using it for yourself. So this is one point where you can actually use it for your good, but not the other thing. So gratitude, you can actually jump to gratitude, and then things will suddenly start to feel better. People will change in front of you and all that. Then zero expectations. I think I covered that. Don't have any expectations from anybody. You are in a certain place in your life, in a certain family, because that is where you are going to grow. Those are the experiences that you need for your life. You may not like it, but that is what your soul has planned. So you better like it, or you have to find ways to like it. So, or get the knowledge to understand how to like it. So you should understand that that is a rule. You need to get along with life. You cannot regret and waste your life. So these are some things that are called, these are some things that are basically going to keep you at a higher level, higher mental and emotional level. So one more thing that I wanted to bring up is our gut, which is, gut is nothing but gastrointestinal tract, starts from the mouth till the anus. So this entire thing is called the gut. So this gut is more like a tree trunk, the trunk of the tree, and then rest of the body parts are like branches of the tree. So in this tree trunk, whatever food you eat actually doesn't get come into contact with any of our body parts, body cells. The body cells, first, this food or drink that you have is ingested by the microbiomes or the gut bacteria. They eat it and then they release something called molecules, which basically go into our blood and then supplies it to all the other cells. But if that, so this microbiome is more like a colony of germs, good germs. Now, if we eat the wrong foods, if we think, if our mental status and emotional status is all in the wrong place, then what will happen? It will actually dump that energy in the gut itself or in various body parts. And this will also kill the microbiome. So if the microbiome colony is in a very bad shape, then you will actually have you will have other germs called scavengers, which will come and affect the gut. And in my previous videos, I've actually spoken about this in detail, so I'll not cover that in great detail again. So you need to understand that these germs, if they are very good, they want to keep you healthy. They are like your bodyguards. So when they act like your bodyguards, what happens? They are constantly thinking about you and then they protect you. But if they are not your bodyguards, they are here to just take whatever filth you have and then they don't care about your health. So those are scavengers. So the more you kill your microbiomes, the more you raise the colony of your scavengers who don't really care about you or your gut. So the more there are microbiomes, they send messages to the brain about hunger. We feel hunger because they have to feed, and then they will supply food to the body parts. So they understand what is necessary for the body, and then they send these signals to the brain. And then like this, there is a lot of gut brain connection that is happening. Gut in the sense, whatever is in the center, that is the intestines and the stomach and the liver and all that is called gut. So that will send signals to the germs, will send signals to the brain, and then we'll get a signal back from the blood, from the brain. So there is a beautiful connection here. And if there is a very bad gut where there's a lot of scavenger and all that, what do the scavengers want? They want all animal foods, they want dead foods, they want processed foods, they want chemicals, they want a lot of heavy metals, medicines and all of those. They love all of that. So they will try to send signals to the brain and then activate some of your memories where you, let's say, ate pizza in the past, and then you will feel like, oh my god, that day I ate pizza, it was so tasty. And then it will release, you will be reminded about the dopamine that was secreted in the past. And you will think that, oh my god, if I actually go and eat that same pizza now, the same dopamine or that happiness hormone will be secreted inside me. So that craving, that is called craving, it will start. And then you will, if you are not in control and you don't know all this gyan, so what you'll do, you'll go and then immediately go to that Pizza Hut, and then you will basically start eating that pizza. But over time, what will happen is it will not really give you that health or anything anymore. So although there is dopamine or the happiness hormone, which is actually good for the body, secretes, but in result of that, in consequence of that, you went and ate something, right? That in turn harms the body. And that harming of the body will again harm the brain also, because the gut will again send blood and other things to the brain, which will again corrode the brain with a lot of heavy metals and other things. So people get into these dementias, nervous issues, depressions. All of these things are majorly a lot of heavy metal accumulations in the brain. So the only way to do it is, we have already discussed this plenty of times, focus on your foods, the right foods. I will not say right foods, I will just say plant-based foods, the healthier plant-based foods. See, there is no right and wrong, there is no good and bad in life. Okay, it's all there. But for every single person, the vitality is very different. And your moral compass is very different. So we need to just do the right thing for the soul. And for the soul, it's best to live on a plant-based diet. For people who are still on an animal-based diet, it may take time for them to finish that course of that animal-based diet life and then switch over to plant-based diet. But every soul will have to eventually come to plant-based lifestyle. They may be in different parts of their consciousness. They'll have to finish all that quota of experience, gaining wisdom from that experience, and then over time coming to plant-based lifestyle. If you are all listening to this, if you're all signing up for this plant-based lifestyle course today, it means that today or tomorrow, all of you will go plant-based. There is no two ways about it. That is exactly why you have come here. But when you will go, what motivations you need to go there, that may come eventually. But what I suggest is take this as an opportunity. Everything in life comes only as an opportunity. If you don't take this opportunity now, you will basically be forced into this opportunity through a disease, because your soul has a certain plan. You need to go into this. That is what you only have planned. If you don't listen to it in a subtle way, it will be forcing you to go, what do you say, by sacrificing whatever you are trying to go for today. So if you don't sacrifice for what you want, whatever you want will be sacrificed. So it is very important that you take the opportunities when everything is okay in your body and then move on and avoid a lot of problems in the future, rather suffering in the future. So that's it. I think there was a talk about probiotics. I've already covered probiotics in the past. Probiotics are nothing but foods where life component or vital component has actually gone away from that food. And now the scavengers whose job is to take that food back to the soil has actually come. The first thing that comes there is yeast. In the past, people had to ferment food and eat it because they could not have they did not have fridge and any storage equipments. So, and food was scarce, so they had to survive. That is why they somehow created pots and dug that pots and put that pots in the ground and found a way to store those foods and then arrest the decomposition process at the fermentation level of the yeast itself. It did not go to fungus level and all that. So at the yeast level, it was still okay because the gut bacteria was manageable. But over time, what happens when you constantly keep eating this food, that will create a lot of acidity in the body. And then over time, that balance will flip. And then the same foods that was okay before will actually not work for you anymore. It will start to create a lot of other problems. So it doesn't mean that one food that you were constantly eating in the past will continue forever in your body. It will change because the body is constantly changing. Every day the body is changing. Every 2 years the body is changing. And yeah, so probiotics. So what about idli, dosa and all that you can ask? So occasionally I think they are definitely okay because what do you say? It all depends on your stomach acids, potency of the stomach acids. So don't overdo many of these fermented foods like having every single day because they are very tasty. They are very tangy. They have this umami flavor and all that. So, but doing it on a daily basis is going to cost you. It's going to bring in a lot of acidity because scavengers bring in a lot of carbon dioxide also in these fermented foods. Carbon dioxide is something that has to be exit from your body. So any fermented food in excess is not great. So check out if that is also your energy vampire foods in the food category. So you need to be mindful about all of these things. You need to think. You need to do some what do they call that audit they say, right? Chartered accountants do an audit and then check every single balance sheet and everything of a company. Like that, everything you have to check you have to audit your own lifestyle. And then for that you need time. If you have to become better, you need to audit your own lifestyle. Okay, so this is what I wanted to talk to you. Any doubts so far? No doubts? No. Oh, sorry. Just a minute. I'll just change the settings. Okay, I'm new to all this, so please give me some time. Where is this? I have to unmute you. Sorry, I
Hello,
just have to unmute everybody. Okay, did I mute you? Okay, fine.
Yeah. Hello, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, 3 questions, ma'am. Small questions, ma'am. Is it okay if we take lukewarm water with lemon or like overnight water with soaked ajwain, jeera? Is it all okay, ma'am, or like not required?
It depends on why you want to do it.
Like,
I
ma'am,
understand about
normally-
water and all that, but why do you want all this ajwain, jeera and all that?
Ma'am, like I've heard, like they say it clears the like bowel movements, or like it like lukewarm water with lemon helps in like.
Don't think about anything in life as medicine. Fix
Okay.
your lifestyle, clear your energy vampires, clear all the blocks, clear all these things that are not really going to work for your body, and then automatically body is going to work. If we have these blocks, body is not meant to work with those blocks. It is trying its best.
Got your point. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay,
you.
I'll have to unmute people. So you can't unmute yourself, right? I have to find that place where to unmute everybody. Oh yeah, unmute all. I think that hopefully this. Okay, I think you can unmute yourself. So Sapna, you wanted to unmute yourself. You had a question.
Yeah. Hello, Hanji. Hello, Smita ji. Thank you for your session. Just wanted to know that for the last, as I've shared, I'm on plant-based diet. Like today only, if I shared, because being Sunday, so I had both meals cooked, right? So generally, I have one cooked and one is raw. So I didn't have my breakfast. My lunch and dinner were cooked. Lunch I had bajra roti, and dinner I had this, dosa and sambar, which was at 6 o'clock. But still, I'm feeling lot of acidity.
See, the
So
thing is, when we are eating, see, it's always best to have fruits. It's always the first meal in your day should be fruits. It's like give that importance to fruits, because that is what your body wants. You ate whatever you liked, but did you give what the body wanted?
yeah, true.
But then you're saying now the body is having acids. Isn't it? Is it not fair for the body to suffer like that because you made it suffer? So that is what you'll have to look at your own life, audit your life and see what are the things that I'm basically doing it for my pleasure. If we want the body to be happy, we have to work for the body's pleasure. Body is well-being. Body is like our child. How do we treat
True.
our child? We are a soul, right? The soul treats the child. The
So
body is
it's like, suppose once a week also, if you want to kind of, go little a little here and there. So it's
See,
not
the
kind
thing
of
is, if you
possible.
eat more of fruits, in your life, those cravings only will come down. See, you are eating today. Why? Because you want to go eat. And in turn, what is happening? The body is suffering. What if you cut down that craving itself?
So Smita,
Very
when
good
you
for
say
you, no?
you eat at 2 o'clock, that means 2 o'clock you eat fruits,
Yeah, fruits only. I never miss my fruits.
and then after that,
Let's say if I'm having my first meal in the evening also, then also I have only fruits. I don't eat cooked at all.
you are
Even in
on
lunchtime,
fruit
it's
diets
fruit
also.
only. Sorry?
You are totally on fruits.
No, I'm not totally on fruits. I have done exclusive fruit fasts and all, fruit meals and all that. I'm still high raw vegan only. I still eat cooked also, but I prefer eating my first meal as fruits always.
So that means lunch is fruits, and you are having 2 meals a day because you are eating at 2 o'clock.
Yeah, I have only 2 meals a day.
Okay, so one is fruit, one is cooked.
Yeah, but don't compare my lifestyle. I've been on this for a very long time. Even if you have to eat, what I'm saying is at least 3/4 of the day in your life, give only raw. to your body. Then your body will be healthy. So then at least maybe one meal you can do. Over time, what will happen? You keep doing this, then your body will not, you'll get better and better. Your thoughts will get better and better. Your choices will get better and better. You may not always want to go for cooked all the time. You'll probably prefer raw most of the time. That phase will come. But for that, we need to start step by step. But you will have very high cravings if you are not on fruit. The fruit sugars have to go inside your body a lot. So for snacks also you can have fruits.
Okay, only for the evening, like around 5 o'clock or so.
Wait for hunger, have fruits.
Okay.
Smitaji, I also want to say something.
Oh, Gaurav ji, welcome. So Gaurav ji is a fruitarian. He's been on fruits. Sorry, I don't have a track, but he's been a fruitarian. I'm sure he has a lot of value add to share here. He eats only fruits. So you can imagine. Yes,
I
Gaurav.
want to say that if you eat fruits only for a day in your life, that can make a huge difference. Only for 24 hours, if you eat fruits, then you can realize the power of fruits. Whatever I saw in your lecture, that we are putting from outside. We are trying to push gratitude, we are trying to push something. But when we eat fruits, it comes from inside. Everything comes from inside. Like it happens with animals also. When they are on their species-specific diet, they do not face diseases like human beings. They do not have kidney issues, BP issues, diabetes, thyroid, cancer. They do have only when humans intervene in their life. Our diet is fruit. So we do not need to learn anything. We just need to recall. When we come on fruit, our connection is established automatically because we are born fruitarians. Our physiology is made for fruits. We can only eat fruits. That is the truth. Every other thing we have to make. Even if we are making idli, dosa, we are making it. We cannot eat grains. We cannot eat wheat. We cannot eat rice. We cannot eat dal in the raw form. We have to change it to make it edible. They are not edible. So when we eat what we are designed for, everything changes and we get stick to it. Because we see the whole benefits of it. And when we do not see the whole benefit, we cannot stick to the thing. We don't want to lose anything. If somebody gives you 1 lakh rupees, you want to hold it. You don't want to give it back. So when you see the benefits of fruits, you don't want to give that benefits also. So just try fruits for a day, for 3 days, for 7 days, whatever you can imagine. Just try for a tenure. You can imagine and then see the result and then decide what you want to do.
Well said. Yeah, it is very true because what happens is fruit, there is absolutely no drain and you're automatically walking towards your soul state. So the soul state is naturally that eternal bliss, and all the positive emotions naturally starts flowing from inside. So whatever he tells is actually truthful. So definitely it is worth giving a try. So
Yeah.
please go do try
Just try
having
for a
fruits
day,
all day.
try for 2 days, try for 3 days.
Yeah,
If
I have a
you try
question.
only for Ekadashi, then it makes a lot of sense.
Who was the one who asked a question? Somebody said they had a question. Who was the one?
Sanju, I think.
Sanju, you had a question?
Yeah, Smita. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm sorry if Gaurav has anything question to ask.
No,
We
I
can
think he's
complete.
done. You can ask me a question, no problem.
Okay, so is there any thing about fasting? Like how long do we fast, and is it like 1 day or 2 days? And is it water fasting or just fasting without water? And how often do we do it? Once
We
a week?
have a separate top day for fasting itself, but I wanted to understand, why do you want to fast? See, when you want, in my opinion, fasting should not be done because your mind wants to fast. You have to fast because the body needs that. So if you have a very toxic body, and there are so many ways in which the word fasting is very misleading. You can say that I'm going to dry fast, which means I'm not going to put water or anything into my body. Then there is a water fast, where you're just going to put water and you're not going to put anything else. Then there is a juice feast. It's called a feast. It's not a fast. So only juices will go inside. And there is a fruit feast also, which is only fruit going inside. So here, whatever is your body's condition, you will have to go step by step into those states. In my opinion, doing a dry fast just because for religious reasons or whatever it is without even having a body condition with a lot of cleanliness and high state, you cannot go and do a dry fast, because a very toxic body is going to become even more complex in that state. And then water fasting is one of the highest ways to basically save energies and then use it for spiritual purposes. Rather take yourself to a higher state. But then what if your body is not ready for that also? So you will have to slowly train your body to eat plant-based. First leave all the animal products, then go into plant-based lifestyle. Then over time, see that the direction of thinking should be there. So I'm going to go and then hit and be a breatharian someday. I'm going to be only on cosmic energy someday. So for that, you'll have to start off and train your body to go into complete plant-based. Then in that plant-based, go completely on raw. No cooked food at all. Then over time, go to only fruits. Then over time, go to. So in that stage by stage, you need to train and go. In between all of these things, what will happen? Your body will start continue to detox. You will also get trained to go to that states in a very nice way.
So is the end? I'm sorry to interrupt, Smita. So is the end goal to be a fruitarian, totally on a fruit diet? Is that the
from a solid perspective? Yes, that is the way to go.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I also want to say
And also,
something about
I'm sorry.
fasting. Smita ji.
Yeah, sure.
Fasting should not be induced by our mind, it should be induced by our body. When we go on our diet, which is fruit, after some period, our body indicates that we are not hungry. And we cannot eat fruits without hunger. We can only eat cooked meals without hunger because it has component of salt, which is a poison. So that poison alters our physiology. So when we eat fruits, a stage comes when we cannot eat fruits, and that is the stage of water fast. And water fast is recommended because we can expel toxins with the help of water.
Correct. See, there are all of these liquid fasts that people do, right? They do 1 glass, 2 glass, whenever I feel thirsty, those kinds of things. But we are 70% liquids, friends. We are made up of water. If Earth is 70% water and she has so much of oceans and rivers on her body, we also have all that inside our body. So if we have to go on only liquids inside our body, we need to flood our body with those liquids, whether it's a juice or whether it's a water.
And in water fast also, you have to sip water slowly throughout the day. And when you feel hunger, you should eat fruits. You should not restrict your body. Even if you are feeling hunger, you should not induce the fast with the help of mind, that you have target that you will not eat anything for a particular tenure for particular days. You should judge your hunger, because hunger is the main component of your body.
See, even fasting, that when we say 16-hour fasting, 14-hour fasting, but is your body ready for 14 hours? What if you're hungry in between? If you're hungry in between and you are trying to push it for 14 hours because there is a commitment, that is not going to work. First of all, you need to, when you constantly go on fruit, breakfasts at least, slowly, you'll get to a state where you'll not be hungry for 16 hours at all. That is why I don't become hungry till 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. That's why I don't eat. But it's not like I came here overnight. It took time for me to come here. Naturally, that hunger goes off, but the energy levels are still high. At a point, what will happen? You will feel like eating sometimes when you're on cooked food and all, you'll feel like eating, but you'll still be at high energy. There won't be hunger and all, like he said. At that time, we should not go eat.
And
we tend to go eat.
Damage your kidneys also. So,
see, like I said, the more we align to the way our body is supposed to be, the better and better our body will get. So think over these things. And somebody is asking, does fruits cover all nutrition in the body? Yeah, it is our primary food. So it is a whole food, which means it's a complete packaged thing by nature. See, in one season you'll get mango, in some other season you'll get watermelon, in some other season you'll get orange. That whole season, if you're eating only orange, we get some nutrition. Let's say in that some other season we have only mango, we get only nutrition from mango, but are we missing the nutrition from orange? No. God has put things in orange also, he has put things in mango also. So it's okay to trust fruits and then go ahead. It is a good meal. So we only have to try. These things are something that we just say, but like I said, you have to have faith in life. These are not life-threatening options that we are actually trying. Nothing will happen to us except that some junk is going to come out of our body, and then maybe a little bit of suffering will be there. For that also, if we have faith and trust, every day faith and trust, then we'll cross all of these things, and then we'll see a beautiful life.
Good evening, ma'am. Can I have a question?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I have some nephrotic problem, ma'am, like kidney related issue. So doctors advise me not to take like raw food. As you are saying, I am very interested into it. But actually, what doctors are saying is like whatever vegetable I have to take, I have to like blanch it in water and then take it as a curry or something. And fruits are like really no for me. I only advise to take pomegranate, a little bit of pomegranate, little bit of papaya, guava, etc. So what if I come into this plant-based diet? What all the foods can I have, ma'am?
See, first of all, you have to, even if you come here, you should understand and be ready that when things come out of my body, it's not just your kidneys only are going to keep expelling all of these things, because the blood has become toxic. Before that, the gut was having a problem. The liver will be clean. Liver also has to get cleaned. So when you come into this, all these symptoms are going to come out. Then you should have this understanding that it is going to come out. Then again, when we get scared and go to doctor, the medical industry is not trained to believe that we can reverse all these things.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
So they are doing their job, which is whatever they know. So we cannot judge them and say that they are wrong and I am right. You should go, if you believe that this is the right thing for you, you should go and invest your time in knowing these kind of concepts, read books, understand the concept, how healing crisis will happen, what all I can expect when all of these things come out. Then keep doing. And then over time, it will get better. if fruits are your best, if fruits are the primary foods and all of those things, having some vegetables, whatever it is, if you keep doing them, apart from junk coming out of your body, nothing else will happen. And at that time, I told you, right, you'll work on your energy vampires. You see what is it that you're fearing, watch your emotions, give your body that rest and all of that. Over time, it will eventually go. But everybody, if you're starting a detox now, you'll have a big detox in the beginning. Over time, subsequent detoxes, severity and frequency will basically be reduced over a period of time.
Okay.
And in between, you will actually gain the habit of surrendering to nature, which is exactly what your soul is learning here. You have to take away all these things.
Okay. That I have to take out of mind, that I have to accept this. That
Yeah,
is what you
yeah.
say, right?
The
Okay, so if
kidney is a problem today because the blood was dirty, and the
okay,
kidney was filtering that blood 300 times per hour, and it has now become, the kidney has become like a tea filter that has now not been washed at all.
yeah, actually problem is like protein loss in urine, ma'am. Too much of loss of protein in urine. So they have done biopsy and they advised me not to take any type of these type of foods. And whatever the food I am taking vegetables also, I have to overcook and then I can eat like that. So I am in a confusion.
Start something, at least start small, but then you have that, you think that from morning to evening I'll only take little cooked food, raw foods.
Okay.
And then I'll just go with it. And then over time, see, that surrender is necessary. When we go with fear, there will always be doubt. Oh, whether I'm doing right, whether I'm doing right.
Actually,
it's okay,
I find
do
this
or die,
very
let me try.
interesting, and
That should be the attitude.
I want to start it, but this is the only problem, and that is the doubt in my mind. Actually, that's why.
See if you can work under a practitioner, and then maybe you get some help.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, Smita,
We are out of time. Sanju, can you post it on the group?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, sure.
Can I ask Smita?
Yeah.
Okay, one more question. I'll take it. Sanju, you had already asked. Ashima?
Yeah, hi. First of all, thank you so much. I could see the passion when you speak. It comes from your soul, and thank you so much. So I have a question on amino acids. I know some fruits they have, but they don't have complete 22 amino acids. So like I have interstitial cystitis, and you are right, like the lifestyle we have, stress that causes acidity, that leads to all these kind of disease. So if I eat only fruits like cantaloupes and some fruits, citrus, they cause more acidity for me. And if I eat a lot of raw vegetables, so they causes bloating, and that triggers the interstitial cystitis, that is like a inflammation of the urinary bladder. And you have like today's topic is aligned with it. We have to change our mindset and all that. But what you say about mushroom also? You consider it as a plant base, it's a vegetable, it's a healthy, so all that.
Let me come to your first point. See, the fruit is not causing you bloating, or the vegetable is not causing you bloating. There is already old waste sitting there which has not gone out. I told you, right? Having old waste, that is also an energy vampire. So you have not cleaned your system enough, which means the lifestyle options are not great. So if you have listened to the previous videos, then you will understand that there are other things also that we had to do to clean up the body. Rather, we had to eat a clean lifestyle where things are not getting clogged up in your colon. Now, if there is things sitting there rotting, and even new food goes there, that will also rot. So it's not the blame of the fruit or vegetable.
No, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I attended all your sessions, and also I'm a vegetarian and very conscious eater, and I do all my yoga, everything, and eat very healthy. So maybe it's related to stress.
See, vegetarian lifestyle also has animal products, right?
I mean, I don't take that much dairy, only on my tea. And then I also stopped since I'm doing this session with you. So is a stress that causes the acidity?
No. See, stress and all is anyway there. But then once that damage has already happened, that has to be addressed, right? See, I suggest that you continue to apply these principles and then work to clean your body first. See, if the same food is not causing acidity in somebody else who's healthy, the food is not
Yeah.
a problem.
Okay.
It is the body. The body always acts on the food. The food does not act on the body. The body's condition should always be at a level.
Got it. Yeah.
The food
Okay.
is, see, if there's a poison, then everybody will die, right? So the same food
Yeah.
is not really creating that issue in everybody. So obviously it's not the food's problem. So we need to work on
Okay.
ourselves. So check on all the parameters and see, am I bloating means what? Gas. There's a lot of gas inside. Why gas?
Yeah.
Fermentation is happening. Fermentation of what? Fermentation happens
Yeah.
where? I told right now, old waste.
Yeah.
So work on all of those things. And then your second question was about mushrooms.
Mushrooms. Yeah.
Vegans have it. Vegans have it. But personally, they don't really make their own food. They are parasites. They are from the fungi family. They are parasites, which means they don't make their own food through the sunlight. So in a way, they are comparatively inferior compared to the plants. So if you want the best, then go directly to the plants which make the food.
Okay. Because mushrooms are considered very healthy, like, and I've seen people, they don't eat it. So I thought, let me ask. So it's not considered like a plant-based food then?
No, it is considered as a plant-based food. But I just gave you the reason.
But like, right, got it. Yeah.
It is your choice. If you want to go with that, then that is your choice.
Smita, can I ask the last question?
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Sapna.
Yeah, I just wanted to know, is it okay to have laxatives sometimes,
What is that? Laxatives? Absolute no. No laxatives at all.
Even Ayurvedic also, no?
Any laxatives, it's just a fancy word for laxative. So coming from this source or that source, laxative. See, don't go to tamper with your lower body with any form of medicines or any form of suppression, because most of the people who have come to me with lower pelvic issues have messed up their body with antacids and all these laxatives. So typically the colon suffers a whole lot. Intestine suffers a whole lot. So don't do laxatives. Please.
Not even Trifla?
Everything is the same. Please do a lot of juices initially. Flood your body, maybe 10 days of juicing or something like that. Then clean your body. It will all get reset. Things will start moving. Even you will get loose motion and all that at that time. So just flush your body. Then start off with the right food habits. Even like you have not done anything means even if you eat fruit, that will also rot inside the body. So flush your body go on a complete juice feast for about 10 days, 1 week. Let everything just flow outside the body. Then they start a proper solid diet. Rather start a proper routine where there's raw most of the day or on raw. And then you start with cook, but then over time, improve, and then go towards higher raw. And then in between, give your body breaks. Don't constantly follow the same diet every day for months together. Your body may not have developed the rate at which you eat versus the rate at which it metabolizes may not be the same. You'll again fall sick with the same diets every single time. You'll think, oh my God, I'm eating healthy, but actually, again, I'm feeling bloated because you are eating too fast. You're putting things too fast. So give it a break. Don't give, rather every few days, put the body on juices. Over time, you'll eventually get to water fasts and all that. You'll get ready for water fasts, but at least 1 year and all that, don't do water fasts. Over time, give a lot of juices to the body. They will act like soap and scrub and then clean you. You'll be majorly detoxed through juices and in solid fruits. Okay, but then one day your body will be clean and pristine. Then go do some water fasts every now and then. It'll actually energize you a whole lot. Mentally, you will become really very clear when you do all these things. But get your body to that state. When you are toxic, please don't do all that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'm going to close the call now. If you all have any questions, please put it on the group chat, the Holistic Buddha chat. I'll open it from 10 to 10. Okay. Thank you so much for joining, everybody. It has been a pleasure working with you and then sharing my knowledge with you. Stay blessed. Thank you.
Thank you, Smita ji.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining, Gaurav.